Installation of all ESPi units is quick and easy. We can give you a few pointers that technicians have discovered after installing thousands of units. It works best to work from the ONT back toward the utility power source. This keeps any inadvertent shorts from occurring during wire stripping, cutting, or installation. Do not cut wires with power present and short circuits are likely. Install the gray enclosure wherever it is convenient for you within 70 feet of the ONT and 115 of the utility power supply. 2 screws and a stud or non-drywall surface hold the unit secure to the wall. By holding the black bucket up to the wall, you mark where you want the screws with a pen or pencil by inserting the pen or pencil in the top of the bucket and marking on the wall. Set the bucket aside. Install the screws, paying attention to leave the screws out away from the wall, the thickness of the bucket wall. Feed the multi-conductor cable from the ONT up through the back of the unit on the right side of the bucket through the cable retainers modeled into the back of the box. Feed your 16-gauge 2-conductor cable up the back side of the bucket on the left side. This seems opposite of how they will finally be positioned behind the box. Strip the outer insulation on the multi-conductor cable 6 to 8 inches. This will allow enough wire to easily install and replace the battery in the future. Strip the conductors and the multi-conductor cable 3/8 inches. Strip the 2-conductor cable 3/8 inches. While installing the wires, the electronic circuit enclosure is not attached to the battery. Install conductors from the multi-conductor cable in the green terminal block, starting with the large conductors and working across the terminal block in order. The terminal block is marked for the correct conductors. Pull back the orange tab on each of the spring cage connection fully and push the wire in the opening. Release the orange tab and pull back slightly on each wire to seat the grip on each wire as you move across the connector. The spring cage tab can be pulled back with a fingernail or small screwdriver. If the wires are not seated, the picture on the left shows how the orange slides will give you an indication. Install the two 16-gauge conductors for the power source. The positive and negative terminal is marked on the battery backup in the AC-DC power converter, red on positive, black on negative. The battery is easily installed by placing the electronic circuit enclosure over the battery and sliding the battery into place. It will not go on incorrectly. Turn the battery and electronic around. Place the battery with the electronic circuit enclosure installed in the black bucket attached to the wall. Arrange the wires behind the unit to make a clean-looking installation. Install strain reliefs to the cable so the wires are not pulled from the unit. You have many choices of the type of strain relief you use, but it is an important part of a long-term, trouble-free installation. Connect the other end of the red and black 16-gauge wires to the AC-DC power converter. If you don't install the converter in a GIF outlet, the converter will accept a retaining screw to hold the unit in the outlet. The converter should be marked for telephone equipment, as some consumers may unplug the unit, not realizing what it is for, and might be many feet from the accompanying equipment. When the AC-DC converter is plugged in, a green light will show on it. If you have AC power, the green light will show on the front of the unit and your ONT should power up. If a short is created, the UPS will indicate a short by flashing all 3 LEDs in sequence. After the short is removed, the LEDs will go back to their solid green. This does not damage the unit. After a few installations, you will be as good as Caleb.